Honorable Yamini ma'am to you. So, ma'am is an authorized doctor. She's a certified doctor, and she has more than around 10 years of experience in her own practice as well as working in the various hospitals. So, ma'am has been with us for quite many years. Also at the same time, she has given her counsel support, to help Orion Edutech and now Occultage in the various endeavors, and the various ways she has helped a lot in terms of everything, educating the students, in both the modes. So, ma'am is going to take the modules, of the core modules, some of the core modules. And today, ma'am is going to take up the anthropology and sociology module. So, without wasting anybody's time, I'll just request Honorable Yamini ma'am to kindly take over and start with the students. So, ma'am, once again, Honorable ma'am, just a small introduction to the students. The students are of the first year nursing, and they're the first semester students, and they are from St. Austin's University, Cameroon, Honorable ma'am. And very good, very nice students, and they are going to really be very eager to get the most out of your sessions.
Thank you, sir. Like, I hope they like my class. And
Yes,
I'll go
100%,
with
I'm sure,
to
ma'am. And ma'am, for your help, we also have an honorable administrator over there. So if you have any problems, if you want to ask anybody, if you have anything, so honorable administrator is going to actually help you. And I've just told his counsel to sit besides the computer only over there, so that if you have any questions or if they have any questions, then he can kindly facilitate. And
Jaws.
one more thing, sorry, ma'am, honorable ma'am, that after this class is finished, they also have the physical instructors who will be taking the, things from your online class and the book that you've already submitted to us. And then they will also be taking it, making sure that the students are able to understand each and everything.
Sure, sir.
So
Like,
thank you.
if they have any doubt, they can discuss with me in the next class.
Surely, surely, honorable ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So kindly start, please. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. So guys, students, like my name is Dr. Yamini, and my best email is yamini.gupta506 at the rate email.com, gmail.com. So, like, if you have any doubt, you can connect with me via email as well. And I live in Delhi, India. So my work, like I teach entirely online, and I have taught many classes of. I've taken many classes with the student of dental hygienist, dental assistant, and nursing batches. All right. So our syllabus is divided into three modules, as you all know. Okay, so our first module consists of medical sociology, which is our topic of interest today, medical anthropology, social determinants of health, healthcare system and structure, cultural perspective on health and hygiene, global health issue and challenges, research in medical sociology and anthropology. Then we have conclusion and future direction, like how this course will help you in future. All right, and what will be your future perspective from this course. And then later, lastly, we have the assignments. All right. So post the completion of all the three modules, you'll have an assignment and exams that you have to give. All right. So anything else for me, or else we should start our first topic, that is sociology. Students, anything from your side? Am I audible?
Good morning, ma'am.
Guys, am I audible? And anything else you want to know about me or the topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
So, ma'am, I think they can hear and you can just kindly continue, ma'am. No problem.
Okay, sure. So let's begin with our first topic. So guys, let's begin with the first topic, that is medical sociology. All right. So guys, you have an understanding about sociology.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning. We can't hear you.
I please. Guys, you're not audible.
Please, ma'am, be audible again. The students can hear you.
So let's continue. If you have anything for me, just drop in your questions in chat so that I can go through it. All right. And let's make it an interactive session. It's not like I'm teaching to the walls. So I want your equal participation in the topic. All right. So, so guys, let's discuss about sociology. Anybody from your class knows about sociology? What is sociology? Okay. So let me make you aware of the topic. What is sociology? All right. So basically, see, sociology is a science. All right. You know what is science? Science. So basically, it is a science that emphasizes on the pop culture. All right. So how sociology and medical sociology is inter. All right. So we will discuss about that. So medical sociology is basically two different terminologies. All right. Medical means medical, which includes your health, illness, everything. And sociology means something that is derived from our society, which again emphasizes on our health. And how are they interrelated? All right. So we will be discussing about that. All right. So first, to understand what is medical sociology, it is comprises of two different terminology, as I told you. One is your medical, other is your sociology. All right. So the term medical, basically how it refers to anything that is related to diagnosing diagnosis of a disease, treating a disease, and preventing the illness, injury. That includes our healthcare services, medical practice, research, education, medical and technology. And it comprises of activities of healthcare professional, like how doctors and nurses participate in identifying, diagnosing, and treating a disease. All right. So this term is called as a medical. All right. Whereas what is sociology? Sociology is a study of society and human behavior. All right. So, how society and human behavior contribute towards the study of social diseases or any disease that emerges from the society. Understood? Guys, are you understanding? Okay. So, the society and human behavior and how it focuses on our. Anybody has any doubts so far? society or how the social structure, institution, relationship, all right, influence an individual and a group of individual. All right. So it it the sociology explains the social interaction, social change, all right, inequality to understand the dynamics of social life. All right. So basically, how our environment is basically uh, is plays a very vital role. All right, in deriving our behavior, in deriving our habits, and which in turn is related directly related to any medical condition an individual is having. All right. So a medical sociology, which means the social factor, social economic status, all right, culture, education, environment is related to the health. So this is called as your medical sociology. Understood? Guys, say something. Are you understanding?
Uh, Hello.
Hello? Sir, they're not speaking at all.
Yeah, yeah. Let me ask them. Is anybody?
Hello.
Just come near the
Hello,
computer,
hello.
somebody, please. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, hello. Displays can't
Yes,
get
I'm
you.
just trying to talk to them. Hello,
Hello,
Sir,
Mr.
you're
hello.
June.
audible.
Hello.
Displays can't get her.
The students can get that. No, but why are you not near the computer?
Yes,
Hello.
honorable. Yes,
Sir, you have to be
honorable.
near the computer. Please try to understand. Or tell student to be near the computer, please.
Yes, honorable.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay,
Oh,
honorable ma'am, kindly continue. Thank you, ma'am.
okay. So see, I explained you about what is medical sociology, all right? As I explained you previously that it comprises of two terms. So now you know what is medical and what is sociology. And a combination of both is called as medical sociology. Okay. So for example, all right, I'll explain you by giving example as well. All right. So if a student is studying continuously, all right, if there is a study pressure, all right, from an institution where he is studying. So basically there are two different institutions, one which focuses only on study, 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 and the other institution which focuses on both games and study. All right. So a student only studies continuously. What will happen? It will affect his mental health. All right. So it affects his mental health, and student might go in a depression, and he might become an expressionless. All right. So the depression over here is his mental factor. All right, or the health factor. All right. The pressure of study is something called as a social factor. All right. So hence a student will go into a depression. And this disease which emerges from the high pressure of studies is called as your medical socio factor. Okay. Another example, if I I'll give you is suppose a patient does not have money, all right, his socioeconomic factor is very low, all right, or he is very poor, or he lies below the poverty line, all right, so he does not have money, all right. If he does not have money and he's suffering from any illness, What will he do? Will he go to the doctor? I don't think so. He'll go to the doctor. All right, because he don't have money to get himself treated. All right, and that illness might become expensive. Might be it might be a life endangering disease for him. All right, so and also might face untimely death because he does not have money to get himself treated. All right. So all this will in turn affect a country. All right. Affect a country and there will be a decline in country's socio-economic status. All right. Because we might lose a young person and which in turn will affect the country's economic health. All right. Because that person would have been he would have helped the society in some or the other way. All right. So also, if another example I'll give you is suppose a person is not having money, so he will not have good food. All right. If he's not having good food, then his health in turn will be affected. So all this is socio-economic factors. Okay. So a combination of all this is called as medical sociology. All right. Now, see, this medical sociology is entirely a different syllabus. All right. Medical sociology is a extensive study. All right. And a person who studies this medical sociology or sociological problem is called as medical sociologist. All right. And this nursing is a separate course, medical sociology is a separate course. So you have an extensive career in nursing as well as if you want to become a medical sociologist, you can go ahead with that. So it is a very emerging profile and you can have a good and bright career in medical sociologist as well. All right. And it is well recognized worldwide. All right. So, medical sociologist is a person who studies in detail the pattern of health and diseases. All right. If a person, if patient has a disease, he studies the social habit of an individual. All right, that causes illness. All right, and people belong and or reside in different areas. So, area derived illness, area derived health. All this is read by a medical sociologist. So the also the environmental factor. All right, environmental factor is directly related to the habits of an individual. All right, suppose he's having a friend or a relative who is into a group of friends who is into a bad habit. So he might, for a very small example, all right, and very most common example, all right, that a person is alcoholic, right? So he is not alcoholic from birth, all right. His environment, his family, his friends, all these factors made him a alcoholic, all right. And due to alcohol intake, what happens? He has alcoholic liver. He might have a liver failure. He might have to undergo a liver transplant. Basically, he is spoiling his health. All right. So this is the most common example of medico-socio illness. All right. And after World War, there is some disturbance over there.
I don't know why they're not listening, but they will definitely listen. Yeah, now it is okay, ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
मैंने ग्रुप
So
में भी मैसेज कर दिए हैं तो अब ठीक रहेगा. हाँ.
take care. So see, after the World War II, what happened was there was a boost in the field of sociology. All right, nobody used to study sociology initially. All right, but when there were a migration of people from one country to another country due to World War, they wanted to seek shelter. All right, so all this factor influenced a boost in the medical sociology field. All right. Why? Because there was a huge migration. So one group of one country people might have a disease which might be a communicative disease, and he might have spread to a different race or a different country. All right. So all this made this medical sociology uh, a very important field of you might have a very good career in this field. All right. And there was a boost in the field. All right. So medical sociology is completely related to study of an individual. All right. So there are basically, see, when we are talking about an individual, there are three basic most important factor that helps in the same. All right. So the first one is your health, second is your illness, and the third is your disease. All right, and they're interrelated, so their relationship and social life. All right, so the close study of an individual's complete life, like your family, environment, habits, working environment, all this affects an individual's health. So this is called as your sociology. All right. So, for example, if a person walks to a doctor's office, all right, he's suffering from a high BP, all right, and his family, he does not have money. His family is very ignorant, all right. So, and a doctor advised him for a walk. Suppose he person is suffering from a high BP, and doctor has advised him to have a less salty food, all right, and to go for a walk every day, all right, should have a good water intake, all right. But when his family, all right, his family factor is also a very important factor. His family is very ignorant towards a disease, all right, which is your high blood pressure, all right. And his family says that, oh, this is just a blood pressure, all right, it will get sorted on its own, all right. And they serve him a salty food, all right, there's no diet consideration in that, all right. So a individual is also ignorant about his water intake, all right. Ultimately what will happen, his BP might shoot one day and he might get a stroke and he might die, all right. So the family factor again is very important factor, all right, in a person's health. So an individual and family's thinking is interrelated. How an individual is thinking, how a family is making him think, all right, everything is very much interrelated, all right. And area related disease, suppose, for example, covid was, so the coronavirus was first found in China, all right, and then it spread it to the entire world, all right. So it is area specific disease, all right, which later involved all the countries, all right, and it affected the individuals of all the country. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, ma. We can
Are
get
you
you
understanding?
and clear. Yes, ma.
All
Can
right.
get you and clear.
Is
White
there
and
a
white.
question for me? Is there a question for me? Do you have any question? Do you have any question for me? Okay. Guys, let's continue. All right. So, what is health according to you? How do you understand what is health? What is your understanding on health? So, guys, what is your understanding on health? Anybody from your batch can tell me? So, no idea. So let me only tell you. So, in a layman language, what is health? Health is just a well-being of an individual. All right, what an individual thinks about health, or has their point of view about health is like a complete a well-being. All right, like suppose an individual is physically fit. All right, he does not have any disease. Is what according to him a perfect health is. Right. Guys, am I audible? Please raise a thumbs up if I'm audible. Okay. So, but according to the health, the meaning of health, all right, or the definition of health is very much different if you see World Health Organization. So, World Health Organization is what? It is an organization that it is a World Health Organization means many countries participate in writing or laying down certain points, all right, which is again related to an individual's health. All right. So according to World Health Organization, so there are many doctors from different countries who has formed this organization. Right? So according to the World Health Organization, the definition of health is different. All right. So the definition of health according to World Health Organization is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or injury. So an individual's perspective about health is just the absence of disease, just the absence of disease. So according to them, an individual's thinking is that if an individual is not having any disease or injury, fit, he is fit or he is in good health condition. All right. But according to World Health Organization, complete physical, mental, physical means physical fitness, mental fitness, and social fitness is what a health or a healthy individual is. All right. So we don't. So a person who is not interacting socially, all right, due to work pressure, due to any family pressure, he is not going out, all right, he is not mixing with the people of the society, then he is not socially fit, all right, which in turn, if suppose he stays aloof in the home, all right, so what will happen? He again might be overthinking about certain things, certain situations. All right. If he's not having any friends, he will not be able to discuss it with his friend. And hence it might it might take away his mental peace and he might not be directly or indirectly mentally fit. So again, the social fitness or interaction with the society is a very big agenda or a very important factor in a person's mental and physical well-being. All right. So the social fitness is also equally important. All right. So now people, as I told you, like see, there are three different factors uh, about a healthy individual. All right, one is the health, other is illness and disease. All right, so there are three important points that we should understand in medico sociology. All right, so what according to you is illness? Anybody want to comment on it?
Illness is the absence of diseases and illness.
Absolutely. So
Illness is
illness is absence of disease or deviation. For example, uh, the example of illness is somebody who is suffering from fever, cough, toothache, headache, stomach ache. All this is illness. All right. So it is an individual factor. All right. Now, what is disease? So disease is a broader perspective than illness. All right. What is it? So it is a destructive process. For example, destructive process in a body. All right, with specific cause and characteristic symptoms. So a particular disease will have a particular group of symptoms. All right. So a disease has a particular characteristic that will destruct the body or will lead to a destruction in the body. All right. For example, coronavirus, as I told you previously also. All right. Coronavirus has a characteristic symptom like fever, headache, cough, loss of appetite. All right. So all this is a symptom of a coronavirus. All right. So when you go to a when you go to a medical office, all right, or you visit a doctor, all right, or a healthcare professional, all right, and an individual describes the symptom that I'm having fever, I'm having headache, I'm having stomach ache, I'm having like loss of appetite, loss of water, loss of fluid from the body, like for example, vomiting, diarrhea, all this. All right. So all these is what? All these are the characteristic symptoms. So the doctor will make a provisional diagnosis. All right. And how can we make a provisional diagnosis of a disease? Like a patient might suffer from corona, patient might suffer from any other disease. All right. Might be a bacterial infection, might be a viral infection. All right. And he gives you n number of tests to do to get it done, right? So then post the result of the test, he comes to a conclusion that patient is suffering from so and so disease, and then a particular medicine is prescribed according to the disease, right? So this is a disease. All right. Now we will discuss about the health. All right. Now what is health? All right. Health means what? It is an institution. All right. A health organization. All right. It is an institution where you go for a treatment or prevention of the illness. Right. It is just to get the treatment done of preventing any disease. All right. And healthcare is delivered by the practitioner. Health is what? It is a delivery of prevention of illness or a treatment of a particular disease. So all illness, disease, and health is interrelated. All right. And a healthcare is delivered by a practitioner, all right, doctor, a midwife, all right, or a nurse or a medical professional. So health comprises of hospitals, all right, dispensaries in your local hospitals in the district area, all right, dispensaries, your government bodies, all right, who delivers health, all right. So Now, can anybody tell me what is medicine?
This honorable ma, we can't hear you. Huh? Hi, the
So I'll
mic.
explain medicine. Medicine is used for diagnosis, prevention, and prevention or used in some kind of test. All right. So see, a medicine can be used for diagnosis. If suppose you are suffering from any disease, you'll get a medicine, all right, or a pill prescribed by a doctor. A medicine can be also be used to run certain tests. All right. In few tests, we administer the medicine to get the test done. All right. Or prevention also. Suppose a flu shot. All right. If you know there is a season of flu, you get a flu shot done. All right. And you can prevent the from flu. All right. Suppose the COVID vaccine also that was once upon a time that was introduced with the society. All right. It was used for prevention of coronavirus. All right. And everybody got the flu, the shot done, corona shot done. All right. So it is a precautionary measure to prevent any illness or prevent any disease. All right. For example, suppose a multivitamin. All right. If it is prescribed by the doctor to overcome the vitamin deficiency in the body. All right. Suppose calcium medicine prescribed by the doctor so that uh, after a certain age, all right, after the age of 40, doctors generally prescribe calcium medication. All right. That is why, because to overcome any deficiency or to prevent any deficiency which is age related. All right. So this is how all these factors, all right, have a great influence on the health, have a great influence on disease, any kind of disease, all right, or a person's well-being. All right. So this this is a complete a very deep subject. All right. And you might along with the nursing, you can also think of dealing with sociology or becoming a medical. All right. So now, also the four important factors that influences an individual's health. All right. So, see, we discussed so much about social factor. We discussed so much about medicine. We discussed so much about about the what is medicine. All right, about the healthcare. All right. So all this. So basically, your take home point over here should be the factors that affect the health are the four important factors. All right. One is a social economic factor. Social economic factor means it is again derived from a religion, superstition, or truth. All right. For example, all right, there are two different families. All right, one who has got a too much of religious belief, and other family who is basically very active in a person very active uh, uh, or very active in healthcare organization. All right, their thinking is very much different. So basically, see, two different family has two different thinking. All right, if an individual from a family who has a religious belief gets sick, what will they say? They say that you should go to a religious place, a religious institution where you will get, you might have some evil eyes, doubts, or you should go to a town, all right, and you will get your recovery over there. All right. And the other family who believes in a healthcare professional, all right, who has a thinking that they will be treated by the healthcare professional. All right. Just a minute. Hold on. So the I was talking about two different family, all right. One who has a religious belief, and the other family who believes in the healthcare system. All right. So an individual, if he gets sick from the other family who believes in the healthcare system, they even for a small fever, they will take him to a doctor or a nurse. All right. So this is how, see, two different family, two belongs to two different society, has two different beliefs. All right. And this is how the family members of an individual family has their health is affected by their belief. All right. So this is called as a socio-economic factor. Right. Other is your environmental factor. All right. Now again, environmental factor is divided into uh, two different subcategory. One is your internal factor, other is your external factor. All right. If you live in a society with lot of cleanliness, park, all right, and if you live in a society with dirt around, all right, so the dirty or the filthy environment will bring lot of bacterial viral infection, all right, water infection, all right, diseases that is caused by the water body, all right, or might have food poisoning like that. All right, and the other society the people of the other society who lives in a very clean environment, all right, might be free of those disease that is caused by the environmental factor. All right, so this is called as your external factor, how the external factor or the environment around us, all right, affects our health. All right, this is called as your external environmental factor. Other is your internal factor. All right, what is the internal factor? Your internal factor is your personal hygiene. All right, how you maintain your cleanliness, self cleanliness is very important. All right, so the how the good habits like washing your hands before having a meal, before taking a meal. All right, all these factors again in turn is related to your own health. All right, so how much personal hygiene you maintain, how is your how much good habits are inculcated in you, all these factors again directly affects the individual's health. All right. So this is your environmental factor that is very important factor that is derived, or a very important factor that affects the health of an individual. The third most important factor is your hereditary factor. All right. Suppose a patient few diseases or the few diseases that affects your health runs in the family. All right. Like your mother, like an individual's mother or father is suffering from any disease, so their offspring will definitely have a disease. All right. So these are called as genetic factor or the hereditary factor. All right. So few common diseases that you will understand about this is directly related to the hereditary or the family. All right. For example, diabetes. All right. An individual's um, uh, if a patient comes to you with a diabetic history, the first thing that you ask the patient is, anybody in your family suffers from the same? All right. So you come to know about the history of a patient. All right. That the hereditary factor is affecting his health. All right. So diabetes, for example, diabetes. Another example is your color blindness, hemophilia, and there are many other diseases, all right, which is derived or comes directly, runs in the family. So, a family, if suffering from a certain disease, the children might also get the same disease, all right, and you can act accordingly, all right. Now, another, the fourth important factor that affects your health is your personal factor, all right. Now, what is the personal factor? Personal factor is the eating habit. All right. The eating habit of an individual, excessive stress, all right, the environmental factor again, all right, your workplace stress, sleeping disorder. Uh, Suppose a patient not sleep, all right, or a patient has sleeping, uh, uh, get very less sleep, all right, so he will have sleep related disorder, all right. So see. when you are treating an individual or a patient comes to a healthcare organization or a hospital, all right, and being in the nursing profile when you are becoming a wonderful nurses in future, all right. So there, if a patient comes and visits you, the history of patient is very important, all right. So you take the complete history, so you will be able, when you know all these factors in your mind, you will directly come to a conclusion, all right, or make a provisional diagnosis out of it, all right. That why patient is suffering from a certain disease. So a complete history, his family history, medical history, personal history, all this thing is very important thing, all right. In being a nurse or a doctor, it is very important thing, so that you can identify, if you miss out on those points, these important points, all right, you will never be able to come to a conclusion or make a good diagnosis, all right. So this is very important thing, that you should take a complete history of a patient, all right. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'll ask you a question, all right. If a patient comes with a history of malnutrition, if a patient comes with a history of malnutrition, all right, uh, how it is important for you, like what history you will ask from a patient and what is your take home from the entire topic, all right. How will you identify the disease? That's my question to you. Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me, if a patient comes to you with malnutrition, what are the things that you will ask from the patient, all right, and how you will come to know that why this malnutrition is affecting the patient? What are the points that you will ask from the patient? Guys, one by one, raise your hand and speak. So I think I should tell you, nobody from your side is knows about it. I think so. So see, if a patient suffers from a malnutrition, the first and foremost thing that you ask from the patient is malnutrition is what? Lack of nutrition. Lack of nutrition will be associated with lack of food intake. Lack of food intake again will be related to the the income of the patient, right? Understood? Yes or no? So, the understanding of both medicine and society will help you in identifying the disease and then coming to a conclusion or a cure of a disease. All right. So, any questions before we end today's session, or you understood the complete topic? Guys, speak. It feels like I'm teaching walls.
To feel like she's teaching you. That's how she said. He said, no, ma, everything is understood. The topic is well understood. Sister, are you hearing what you're saying? She gets you. The topic is very well understood. I mean, but ask questions, alone. That's the mind. Ask questions.
So for today, like we finished about medical sociology, all right, the factors related to it, how it will influence an individual's life and everything. So today we finish medical sociology topic. All right, go back home, read about the same. If you have any doubt, you can ask question in the next class. All right. So the next day we will discuss about topic. Next day we will discuss about medical anthropology. All right, social determinants of health. All right, social determinants of health is what we discussed today. Right. I gave you an overall view of the same. All right, we will discuss in depth in the next class. All right, and healthcare system and structure. So, guys, read it from your book. All right, so that whenever I'm sitting in the class, we both are on the same page. All right, so you'll be able to understand the topic much more better. All right, when you read through the topic, all right, when I'm speaking, you will have doubt. See, while teaching, if you have doubt, means you are listening in the class. All right, either you understood. If you don't have doubt, either you understood everything or you understood nothing. All right, so these are the two things that there are two possibilities. All right. So basically, read through the topics which I told you today so that you come up with the doubt. If you have doubts, you will be clear on the topic, you'll be clear on the subject. All right. Okay. Okay, guys. And I think our today's session and today's topic is over. So we will connect in the next class. Okay. Bye, guys. Now I